Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to yet again another fantastic indie creator interview. It's your Cape Crusader Cody, and we're keeping it geekly with our returning guests. We have Thompson and Dalton Shannon. We're here to break down the launch party for MechaTon issues 4 and 5. And holy crap, let's go. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the stream.
Thanks for having us.
So good. I am so happy to be here. You have no idea. Cheers.
Dude, and we were saying this backstage, I didn't realize like how beastly Dalton's mustache was. I have a switchblade comb and I almost want to mail it to you because I think you deserve the honors of it.
Oh, yeah.
You pop it out, it just like...
No.
He is serving you Tom Selleck realness right now.
No, this is the kind of mustache where you just come out of the shower and you just wipe it down and it's good to go.
It's good to go. There's no twisting.
No.
It's waterproof.
If you're wasting more than 2 seconds on styling your mustache, you probably shouldn't have a mustache.
Hey, cocktails, cats, and mustache. Let's go.
Someone reads a newsletter.
Well's done. You guys have been on the show before. But for anyone who might be new, let's do a little short recap of who you guys are. Just real quick to kind of freshen up anyone who might be listening in for the first time.
Yeah. My name is Thompson. I'm a comic book writer. I have written / co-written. Almost all of these are, in fact, all of them right now are with Dalton Shannon. Descent into Dread, MechaTon, which is what we're talking about right now, and Frankenstein the Unconquered, which is right now our most popular series, but soon to be overtaken, I believe. Fingers crossed. Hope in my heart. I'm also a contributor on Comic Book Yeti, the comic review site. Absolutely. I do their Kickstarter articles as well as the occasional review. And I foster cats.
Yeah, we'll copy paste most of that because I am Dalton Shannon, who co-writes everything listed above. Also draws every now and again, and I don't foster cats, but I have cats, and I may just send them over to Wells to foster because they're obnoxious as hell.
Oh
no,
man,
Peach and Daisy are yours forever, and I love them.
Dude, my cat was just eating toilet paper the other day. Like I looked, like you give them a roll of toilet paper, just like the kick and paw at, but there was a chunk taken out. I'm like, dude, like he's like sleeping zonked out. I'm like, you actually took a bite out of this man. Like,
just such idiots. But
my cats recently figured out where the food was kept in the house, and they figured out how to. I'm more impressed than I am angry. They figured out how to like get on top of the thing and in reverse paw open the drawer, the cabinet, and then get off and jump into the cabinet to eat the food. I was blown away.
Wow.
I had to like rearrange everything to make sure they couldn't do that again. But I was like, it was that scene in Anchorman. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm not even mad.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
That's impressive. Wow.
There is an entire family-friendly movie starring Vin Diesel happening at your home when you're not there.
I mean, truly, honestly.
It's just like the cat version is like we're family.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about an awesome book. You guys just came off a Kickstarter for it, 2 issues 1 and 3. I have my copies right here. How did that go for you? How was fulfillment? How did the Kickstarter go? Like from the last time I had you on the show, what was it like for you?
The fulfillment was very stressful, but not for the reasons that you think. I was moving in the middle of fulfilling this.
It's the worst time.
Yeah, so like one of the most stressful things I could be doing in my life, and then it's like, hey, over like 200 people need comics from you right now, and I'm like, let's do it. All right, let's figure it out. Let's hope I pulled out the right boxes. But we got everything sent off, and everyone's happy that I've talked to so far. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. It feels like the paper quality even is better, even though we got it from the same place we did number 2. For whatever reason, like Comics Wellspring stepped up and they just looks gorgeous.
No, absolutely. We have John W. Part-Time Comics over on YouTube throwing up some horns. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you stopping in as well, man.
Appreciate you.
Awesome story here. I mean, we have a space glove falling from, space, and it has the capability to turn whatever it punches into like this mech suit, and we have 3 different marks that we've seen so far. And I'm curious, are you doing these marks per issue? I mean, if that's spoiler territory, we can back it up. But I've noticed a trend so far.
That was one of the mandates, I think, was we need to see something new in every issue, whether that is a battle mech or a complete aberration like the Mark II was. We need to see something new.
And I thought that was so cool when he punches the table and it like...
Yeah, and it's not even a punch, it's just like a frustrated, like he hits it with the meat of his hand, and then it just like, it's like, oh, we're doing this, let's go. No, I love that about the glove, is that it kind of it has its own, sort of its own weird way of interpreting stuff. I thought you fell down for a second.
Well,
yeah, I was like...
the computer did.
It's a whole new dimension to this.
I will say, I think there's 3 in the next 2 issues. I think there's 3 mechs that we see.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we see, the mech, the 4, 5, and 6 are all available, and only 2 of those are really combat heavy mechs. But the one of them is a real treat.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I think they're all great. I think my personal favorite is number 5, just because it's a police car. It's present on the cover.
Issue
that's
4
why
cover.
that's why I'm comfortable spoiling it. It's called MechaTon Mach 5. All cars are beautiful, and I love that so much.
Yeah, I love the names too. The names are just chef kiss. Like, what goes into that? Do you guys just bounce it back and forth? Or...
a lot of discussion is like a lot of writing on those names. Like, we know those are like they might not be the biggest laugh moments, but to us they're like the biggest jokes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we spend the most time on those for sure. We want to get the mechs just right.
I feel like the Mark III. The Mark III was in the very first draft of MechaTon we ever wrote, the house. And I think the name carried over all the way even from back then. But every other name that we've constructed has been like, not just the name, but the subheading of it, like the brawlers, and then like the power level. Like we agonize over those to make sure that they're as ridiculous as possible.
Absolutely.
So what are those nods to? Like, any inspiration behind those?
Oh, that's pure Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
that's Vegeta yelling, "It's over 9,000." And like, do we have any context for what 9,000 is? No, not at all. But so we never tie it to anything specific. It's not like the strength of 10,000 elephants or anything. It's always like, the first one is a bit of a stomach ache. And at one point, some of them are just so ridiculous I don't even like remember them because they're not anything specific. It's just meant to evoke like, this is maybe stronger than the last one, but ultimately it's completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
So we were talking backstage and I said I had to get a little weird this time around. What happens if he goes to give someone a high five with the glove? Like, or
no spoilers. I'm sorry, no spoilers.
Oh, so that's something that's happening.
This happens. This is a thing that happens in the comic.
Okay.
Or that is revealed in the comic. Like, what happens when someone punches, or when someone gets punched by the glove, or a high five happens, or something like that. And at the very end of 3, there's a moment where they're about to fist bump, and Hex stops them and is like, "Have you thought this through for even a second?" And they're like, "No." Oh, yeah, we probably should have. Maybe we should have.
Because, I mean, we've all heard the joke about, a lady who's pregnant being like a human mech suit. And you know what I mean? I was wondering if that was going to be the same case,
No, we didn't.
Not quite the levels of body horror.
Yeah, we're not going to go deep into body horror, but at the same time, like, we are very much... That it was a question on our minds early on, and we decided it would not be worth... ignoring that. Like, we wanted to make it part of the plot. And it is 6:15.
Ooh.
And let's
get this party started.
Let's go.
We are live.
So guys, we are going to share this link in the chat. If you are watching right now, please feel free to check this out with us. And as always, we encourage you to back. If you're unable to back, simply putting this on Facebook and Twitter, anywhere you can, word of mouth. It's 100% free. Trying to get as many eyes on this project as possible is what we're trying to do. So real quick, guys, give us a recap of issue 1, 2, and 3. Like, what's this story about?
Well,
Dalton, by all means.
Okay, sure. MechaTon, as you so eloquently stated, is about a space glove that falls from space. And
Space glove from space.
Yes. And a brother and sister who share one brain cell, apparently, find the glove and discover that anything that it punches turns into a giant mech, which they proceed to use to fight giant kaiju and get into all kinds of shenanigans. So these first 3 issues are a lot of world building. It's a lot of character establishments. Derek and Leah, the siblings, are starting to see trends in the kaiju and mysteries start to kind of unfold. But honestly, the first 3 issues are just full of fun and cool action and really awesome mechs designed by Fernando Pinto. It's such a great time. I always have fun making this book.
Yeah, it's honestly a shame we can't get Nando on these because he is such a big part of what makes the story work.
Yes.
Like the personality, the energy that he brings is phenomenal.
We literally just say it's a robot made out of a hot dog stand, and then he delivers.
He's like, so it looks like this, and we're like,
Sure.
I didn't know what it looks like, but I'm glad it looks like that.
Like, are we allowed to talk a little bit about that, or do you guys want to kind of like keep that a little bit?
No, let's talk.
No, we can talk. Yeah.
When he took the umbrella and spun it around like an energy, like,
Yes.
dude,
Yeah,
that was awesome. Like, how did that look like when you were talking, with the artist to, kind of relay the script idea to the artist? Like,
yeah, well, I knew that. First of all, plug. We do annotated versions of the script for the Kickstarter. So as an add-on, if you want to look at like the script itself, as well as notes from us to be like, hey, here's what we were thinking when we did this. That is available for you for I think $5 per script. But yeah, no, that was funny. You should mention that in particular. The umbrella is kind of specific. Not to get super into it, but there's some history. That hot dog stand is based off of a real hot dog stand in Boulder, Colorado, called Freddy's Hot Dogs. It was started by a good friend of my dad's who died tragically in an avalanche. So he was an ice climber. So that was like my homage to Freddy's hot dog stand with that big umbrella or rainbow umbrella. So I knew I wanted that to feature somewhere, and I was like, well, what does an umbrella do? Obviously, it's a shield. Like it's gotta be. And then from that point, it was like, yeah, big like umbrella. It kind of projects an energy shield, and this thing explodes, and all the the glass shatters around it, but like everyone's safe because of this energy shield. And I just kind of put that forward to Nando, and he came up with like like a work of art. It's just so dynamic and beautiful, and you can hear like your ears start to ring because you can feel the energy coming off of it and like hear that explosion. It's great.
So how does this glove work? I mean, we see, with Mark II, it only turns into the arm. So, I mean, like what in that glove like dictates like whether to turn to like a mech or just a body part suit?
I think it's working with the materials that it has. So like there's not enough wood in that desk to actually construct a full mech. So it's just like, okay, we start with the hand and then we move up, and when we run out, we run out.
Yeah. No, because I would love to get Nando and us to collaborate on like a MechaTon glove user manual, like just a little,
so cool,
just a little 4-page blueprint style. Here's how the glove works, and it's all full of nonsense.
So you see when the flux capacity, I don't know, fuck.
Out of issues like 1, 2, and 3, what has been like your favorite Mark? Like personally for you guys, which one did you guys like the most?
Which robot? You're asking us to pick children.
Yeah,
it's always a little rude. It's not as rude. I had not to name names. I did. Someone did a written interview where someone asked me who my favorite character to write was, and I was like, "How dare you, sir, sir." I don't know.
Okay, well,
Dalton. Dalton. What do you think? Because
I'm partial to the Mark III. The one made out of Hex's house, because that was at the nascent idea of MechaTon, was just punching the house and turning it into the robot. And I also love the fact that when it goes back to normal, for some reason, all the books in the house are now backwards. Like all the text in the books is backwards. So an oddly specific detail that we just threw in randomly. And I don't know, I love the chimney cannons, and I love the look, how bulky it is. Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think my favorite is the Mark I, the hot dog stand. There's just something so charming about it. It really was like, it was the perfect mech to start off with, to get the idea of like, what's the most absurd thing that we could turn into a robot? And it was, hot dog stand, let's do it. What is that? Yeah, and everything just kind of came together to make it like look really convincing for what it is.
I love the humorous side of it, like the quips, like the interactions with the police. Like it's just all just like one big chef kiss. Real quick, we have Ian Modric over on YouTube. Congrats, Wells and team. Stop in and throw some hype up.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping in, Ian. We always appreciate that. So what can we expect for issues 4 and 5? I know we're campaigning. We're going to be switching over to the Kickstarter to check that out real quick, but without spoiling too much, what adventures are we going to see, our two protagonists fall into?
Well, more shenanigans, that's for sure. We're going, well, not only more shenanigans, but we're going to start to see Derek and Leah kind of come to the slow realization that they're in way over their heads. And this is way bigger than they thought it was, and they can't just keep it between them anymore. And so they start interacting with like government bodies and other kaiju and other brand new characters that are going to be central to the series going forward. And like the door just bursts open with the next long way of MechaTon to really expand the scope and the world, and it's really exciting.
Ooh, so
also more mechs.
Issue 5 is not the end though. We're gonna have more.
Issue 5 is not the end of the series.
No,
definitively,
it's the end of Act 1.
Yeah, it's the end of Act 1, and we're super excited about it. And this is like, we get to say this is our first full arc.
Oh, that's so exciting.
We are, but there's like, if Scout were to say we're not publishing past the first arc, we would be like, oh, that sucks. We're making more.
How does that work? Like, you're able to, like, they don't own the creative rights? Like,
not at all. Not at all. We still own the property, 100%.
Cool.
They're partners in publishing, and they have certain say over, minor stuff, but they give us a lot of creative freedom, and this is still very much our baby.
They've been great to work with.
That's so
really
cool.
It's been phenomenal. Yeah.
So right now, let's go ahead and pull up the Kickstarter and let's see what all the hype is about, guys. Launching this party right now. We just went live like 10 minutes ago. Already at $443. Congratulations, guys. So we are looking at MechaTon issue 4 and 5, a Rule of Cool comic with mechs and kaiju. Currently at $443 of a $8,000 goal with 12 backers and 29 days left to go. I mean, congratulations, guys. You're already off to a strong start. 12 backers. That's how are you feeling right now? Like, I know you've been through a couple Kickstarters already, but I'm sure the jitters and the nervousness never goes away.
It sort of it dampens itself in a lot of ways. Like, I'm not nervous for as long before or after, but there's definitely that spike of like, oh god, this is gonna happen. This is happening. Like, we gotta ooh, what are we gonna do? And then I'm like, calm down. We've done this before. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, no, it's always a little nerve-wracking for sure. And how tonight goes and how the next 3 days go will definitely set the pace for how nerve-wracking it is. MechaTon number 3.
That was nerve-wracking for me. I'm a little sweaty in here.
MechaTon number 3, I was biting my fingernails to the very end, but then something like Frankenstein number 2, which did like 220 or 250% of what we asked for, about a little over 12 grand. That one really did feel like it's like, oh, okay, we've got this. Like that one wasn't hurting nearly as badly. So yeah, this first kind of bit will determine how we adjust to the rest of it for sure. That said, ultimately, we've been through this before, so we kind of know how to mediate our emotions about it, and we're confident that people want to see where the story goes and are excited about this book. We had like
Kickstarter
100.
season is always my favorite season because it's called. I also call it Wells's blood pressure season to see which how high it goes.
Shoots right up. Let me tell you.
Gotta have it
Dawn,
monitored constantly.
how are you feeling though? Is this kind of a chill time for you? Are you kind of stressed out?
I mean, Kickstarters are never as stressful for me as they are for Wells, but because in my head, we'll make the book if we get funded or not. It just it's more of like a roadblock.
It's whether or not
else,
it will be drawn in crayon. Like,
right.
Wells is like, shut up, don't say that.
No, like
I mean, it'll end up on notebook paper drawn with ballpoint pen and crayons, yes, but it'll still get made. It's and we always want the Kickstarter to do as well as possible. But I'm always the stupid optimistic one. I'm like, no, it'll be fine. We'll be good. We'll get funded, and if we don't, we'll get them next time. It'll be great. And Wells is like, would you stop being positive for 2 seconds and let me feel stressed?
So that has to be nice though, to like have that within each other, that positivity to counteract the stressed out vibes. Like,
it's why we work really well together, I think.
Undoubtedly.
So what were we saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, I was just saying there are definitely like I have a lot of anxiety just naturally, and so and that makes, in some respects, it's a blessing because it gives me a lot of like drive to say, okay, we're getting this done. What's the next thing? Let's not be satisfied with where they are. Let's push forward. And on the other hand, I will. I'm sure there was more than once that I called or texted Dalton and I was just like, okay, well, if this doesn't get made, then we're failures and we're never making anything again. And I guess I don't know, I'll just be a waiter for the rest of my life. And he's like, or calm down, it's fine, like it doesn't matter.
He's like, just wait, man, it's in the name. Just went up almost, another $100. Congratulations, 583. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's take a look. We have some standard covers right here for issue 4 and issue 5. So give us a little bit about what's happening on these.
So these are the Fernando Pinto covers. He draws the main series covers as well as the main series. Number 4, we have kind of some of the major stressors of the issue coming in. We have a lot of paparazzi. We have a lot of questions being fielded. We've got a big police mech. Lots. I mean, there's a little bit more going on in the issue than just that, but in fact, there's quite a bit going on in issue 4. But I think that this is a good summation of like the kind of stress that people are now. Now it's not just. Now it's not just like them doing their own thing and maybe they'll get in trouble for it. Now the world's kind of watching them. So they have to be cognizant of that as well.
Because we've seen Derek, he had his picture online, right? Posted of him in the helmet, I think.
He was
like
so.
the mech.
Yeah. Well, he was in the mech. We saw that kind of went on. Or have we seen that? I don't know.
I want to say that was in issue 3 or issue 2.
Yeah, we have definitely seen Derek on, like, we've seen newscasters on the scene, and Derek is there.
Yeah, and people pulling out their phones.
Yeah.
But no one is really connected at this point that Derek is in the mech suit, and that may or may not be a big part of issue 4, and probably is, since I said it like that. When you think about it, there's really no reason for me to draw attention to it otherwise.
Issue 5 looks pretty wild too. I mean, what's going on there? It looks like some sort of like Clayman.
Yeah, so we've got a big blob monster, and there are certain details about what it's made of that would spoil some pretty important plot points. So no problem. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
It's the kaiju of the issue.
Yeah, it's the big bad of the issue, and of this first arc, really, when you think about it.
That's awesome. Then we have exclusive covers too. So for issue 4, issue 5, let's break these down as well. And this is kind of the Kickstarter image as well too, right?
Sure. Ile Gonzalez, who worked with me on Cat Calamia's By Visibility. Cat Calamia and Phil Falco did By Visibility, the anthology, and she drew my story for that. And so I knew she was a fantastic artist, and anyone who knows her name knows she's a phenomenal artist. She's worked at DC. She's really blowing up. So I knew I wanted her on the book at some point, and I kind of had the idea for sort of a Pride variant, because there is a queer relationship in MechaTon that's very important on the one hand, but also pretty understated. And then we don't get a lot of chances to really show it off. So I wanted to kind of create that moment for our audience. And I had her draw it, and it was the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I really love Hex a whole lot too.
Hex is
awesome.
Probably my favorite character. As much as I hate to choose, I really do love Hex. And very accurately, a couple of my friends, one of which officiated my wedding, saw this cover and said, "It looks like me and Violet." And I was like, "Yeah, it kind of is you and Violet." So yeah, I absolutely adore this cover, and to me, it was the obvious choice for like how to present the project as a whole.
And then we have a Lane Lloyd cover for issue 5 as well. That's awesome.
Absolutely,
Our
Lane
Transformers
Lloyd.
homage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
We love our homage covers, and Lane was able to just take Transformers the movie and take the concept of MechaTon and make the robots as ridiculous as possible. I think there's literally a kitchen sink in there.
There is.
Everything in the kitchen sink. I love it.
Yep.
And then we have a look at some of these interiors too. So these are from issue 4.
These are from issue 3.
Or issue 3, excuse me.
Because we didn't necessarily, like, they aren't fully lettered yet. We have some colors on issue 4. We don't have the full letters yet. So
I should have just scrolled down a little bit and I would have realized it. Right here, I love this, the Home Sweet Home. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love the bay windows.
The bay window chess piece was a stroke of genius, and again, that's a Fernando touch. He absolutely came up with that.
So are they the colorist as well, or do you guys have a colorist?
So Megan Casey does the colors with. Oftentimes she gets help from Fred Stressing, who does some of our variants and is a great artist and colorist in his own right. He's done Invader Zim. He's done.
That's awesome.
He does the Rick and Morty series. Like he's incredible.
And then who do you have as a letterer?
It's Nathan Camp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we gave the creative team a shout out as well.
Oh, for sure. No, they are and you can see just
right here. This is gorgeous.
If we didn't have the team that we have, this is a very different book.
One of my favorite the quips
really
like right here, like let's sweep this up. Like it's just the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Like it's perfect. Like.
Yeah, no. Derek to me is always going to be a little bit of an idiot and just like chasing that next pun.
God's favorite himbo.
He really is. He believes that he's the guy making he saw movies where a guy pulls out a gun, makes a quip, and then shoots it, and thought that was real life, and he's never let that go.
So everyone that is watching, right here is the link to check this out with us. Be sure to back if you're able to, and if you're not, simply putting this on Facebook and Twitter. Word of mouth is 100% free. I just wanted to get that in there because we're about to go through these tiers, so make sure to check these out with us.
For sure.
So we have $10 for the digital copies. This is for both issues 4 and 5.
Yep. So you get 2 issues.
Wow.
We try so it's $5 for one issue normally, but since we're doing the double issue, obviously everything is scaled up a little bit. But it balances out because you're getting 2
That's
issues.
still a good price. And how many pages are these issues?
20 each.
Yeah,
so,
wow. $40 for $10. That's a big bang for your buck. And then 15 for the physical. So $5 more and you can get physical copies in your hand. Digital catch up at 18. So for $8 more, you get the digital library. Man, you guys are killing it with these tiers. I love this. Physical catch up for 30. Oh man, this is outstanding. And
yeah, we wanted people to have like really good entry points. So that, if you see 4 and 5 in a series, oftentimes you feel like, oh, it's too late for me to get on board. When in fact we want people to get on board at this point. The first act is kind of wrapping up. This is a great time for
more to
new
read
the series. Yeah,
and then these are all 20 pages, correct?
First issue's 28, correct?
Yes.
And then the rest are 20.
Absolutely. So it's 108 pages total.
Yeah.
With the 5 put together
for $30. Dang.
And you always have your choice between the standard or variant covers.
And then we have the campaign exclusive covers at $30 as well, so you can get both of these, issue 4 and issue 5.
So we have
outstanding
3 covers per book, per these books, and then so 6 covers total. And so we've got some variant covers for these that if you get issue 1, or if you get just the regular copy of issue 1, you get your choice of your regular cover or variant cover. But then these 2 covers are exclusive to the Kickstarter. We're not printing them anymore after this run. This is just for backers. So if you want this one, it's a little bit more, but it's to help us make the book a reality. So and it is absolutely some of my favorite art that we've made for MechaTon. So I think it's phenomenal.
I mean, you guys pay each of these artists to do these covers too. So I mean,
absolutely,
you got to put that money back in your wallet one way. And each of them are absolutely gorgeous. We have the collector's tier at $50 right here. And these are all the covers?
Yeah, so you get 6 comics total.
Wow.
Delivered to you. And then, so three copies of issue 4, 3 copies of issue 5, all 3 of each cover. And you can see them all clearly displayed right there. We have another graphic that shows all of them as well, but I like that one for its simplicity. Just there it is.
Collector's catch up at 75.
Yep. If you're a collector and you haven't been able to grab them so far, we have variants for 2 and 3. So you can get all of the covers for all of the issues. MechaTon 1 did not have a variant, so that will just be the regular one. But other than that,
what are you talking about? The variant comes out on March 29th in comic shops everywhere.
True. We can't sell the variants on Kickstarter, but
so you guys do have a new variant coming out though for it. Is that with the new logo?
So with Scout, so Scout is publishing issue number 1. It comes out on March 29th. Cutoff for that, by the way, is February 26th, 27th. So if you prefer to get your stuff through Diamond, through your local comic shop, go to them, talk to them about MechaTon. They have almost certainly got an email from us or maybe a postcard. So maybe that little push is all they really need. But we'll be getting issue number 1 will be remastered and sold in stores with a new cover, 2 new covers actually, and then one that's being sold online that's black and white, but it's specifically made for to be colored in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the timing though, oh my God, to have that drop right in the middle of your campaign.
It's very synchronous.
Yes.
And then we have these foil covers too. Oh man, absolutely gorgeous too. I love how this guy it turns more like a fluorescent green. It looks like.
Well, I don't know 100% if that's how it's gonna look.
It's hard to ever tell before they get printed.
For sure.
So it's not indicative, but
in fact,
we did our best.
You know what? Dalton, stall for me for just a minute. I'm going to grab something real quick.
Okay, so when I stall, I just start doing sea shanties. I don't know if you guys know any sea shanties because I
was just gonna ask for some mustache care tips. I mean, we could do some sea shanties though. I mean,
mustache care tips involves showering.
You got to get the basics in,
I don't maintain the mustache too much. It just
I
shave every day, and then you keep it so it doesn't go too far down, and that's about it.
I hear diet is surprisingly a large factor in like facial hair growth.
I mean, if you feed your body crap, it's going to give you crap. If you want a nice shiny coat, maybe lay off the Velveeta. But I think for the most part, just keeping yourself bathed is pretty okay to keep everything kosher.
What about bathed in Velveeta?
Now, that is something I don't recommend, as Derek and Hex are also finding out. Maybe avoid that kind of bath because it is more of a cheese product than cheese.
So before we get too cheesy, Wells is back.
So this is the regular cover. I just want to show for a comparison.
Hold on 1 second. There we go.
That's the regular cover. And then this is your...
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you guys put that thing down? I'd be shining it all over.
Actually, what's even better... So we want to make, obviously, we want to make it as like stark a difference as possible. So we actually use a glossier kind of paper for the interiors.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our regular copy here, and then the foil cover here. It's subtle. I don't know if you can see it on the thing, but it is a lot glossier.
No, you can.
The colors definitely pop a little bit more on the foil covers. So the pages are a little bit heavier. So it's a different experience. It's still the same book, but it is very different. Plus, whenever you get the foil cover, because we only can do the foil covers in the standard A, you also get the exclusive cover. So you would get two issues just like this, but this one would be the exclusive cover.
And that's pretty much like you're just paying 40 extra bucks for the foil covers, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Then you get everything for 125. So everything in the kitchen sink as shown on that one cover. Some stickers as well, and name recognition, and some prints. So these prints are gorgeous too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 17 by 11. I have them. I don't know if I'll be able to. I've got them up on my wall right over here. There you go.
So pretty.
As well as the Frankenstein one up here.
Oh, that was done by Flop, right?
Yeah, that was done by Flops.
Yeah.
Phenomenal artist, and at least partially responsible for the success of the last campaign.
So how did the not safe for work cover do for you guys?
Oh my god!
Just exactly as you would expect it would.
Yeah.
Insanely well.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why we wanted to do the extra covers for this one. Obviously, a not safe for work cover for MechaTon makes no sense, and I don't think anyone
maybe punching like a blow up towel. I don't know.
there is a hentai shop.
There is the waifus only.
Yeah, no, I love that so much. My wife.
That shop will make a return. Don't worry. So instead we wanted to do something a little bit different. So we went a little bit harder with the homage covers, and we did the Pride cover. We wanted to, just to do something that would be fan service in kind of a different avenue than your traditional fan service. So
we have adopt a page for 200. So this was something you did previously as well, right? Where you let people adopt like a digital page.
Exactly. So yeah, there's a lot of campaigns that, if you work traditionally, they'll, give you the original art. Our artists work digitally, which is fantastic. But obviously it doesn't leave a physical trace for you to have, but we figured out a way to kind of compensate for that. So if you get the adopt a page, it's the price of the page. So every page costs around $200 to make. So you're paying for the page, but you get to select a page out of the book and say, I want this page. You get your name in the book, both in the front of the page or in the front of the comic saying, hey, this page was, this person adopted this page. And also on the page at the bottom, it'll say adopted by, whoever.
Oh, that's cool.
Adopted by Cody. Just in case you want to.
Now I got to.
You get a nice print of it.
And then we, in addition to that, we also print out a one-of-a-kind 17 by 11 prints and send it to you along with your books.
And foil covers too?
Yeah, and you get the foil cover and everything.
Like, dang, that's $80 right there. So you're only paying like, what, 120?
Yeah, extra 120 for the recognition and for the print.
And then we have a commission right here too. So
we have a couple of commissions that Fernando is gracious enough to provide, and it gives you everything from the foil tier and as well as a commission of what you want. I think last time I saw a Calvin and Hobbes commission get requested.
That's so cool.
It's so good, and with Fernando style, it's so good.
Oh, he's perfect for it.
So we have some variant covers too. So the Alex Moore.
Yeah. These are our B covers. So these are the covers that you can choose between when you select your physical issues. So it's an A cover, which are the Fernandos, or the B covers, which you see right here. We got our Alex Moore cover is a Super Metroid homage as a big Metroid guy over here. And then, of course, the Fred Stressing's Fantastic Four from good old Jack Kirby himself. Yeah, we got Jack Kirby to draw this from Beyond the Grave.
we have never been shy about our influences, and we wanted to, and so much of the identity of MechaTon, even when it's not super explicit, is like baked into the DNA of it. It's just kind of this nerd culture and this casual gaming culture. So the Metroid, doing a Super Metroid homage was something that we had in mind, like basically from the beginning.
Oh, that is so awesome.
And then who isn't doing a Fantastic Four homage,
So So once again, everyone that is watching, right here is the link to the campaign. Be sure to back today. We just launched. You guys have nothing to lose. This is one hell of a series, and like $30 to get a physical catch-up is ridiculously cheap. Holy crap! Holy crap, guys!
Yeah,
more guys.
We wanted to give. We believe in giving people a good deal. It's more important to us, really, to have people read the book and love the book and feel good about the book than it is for us to, like, you know, sell each comic for $10 and try and make a huge profit. I feel like that's putting the cart before the horse. You need people to love the book before they're willing to drop a bunch of money on it.
No, I love that. I love that a lot. We're gonna have to clip that. That was some good. That was some good stuff there. Right now, ending at $795. 22 backers. Congratulations, guys! Holy crap! You guys are killing it right now. So, with that being said, let's go ahead head back to our other screen. And after kind of going through that, what would you like to say to anyone who might be on the fence about backing? If you just had a few seconds to kind of, you know, say something to them directly.
I would say. I'd say MechaTon is the most fun you'll have with a comic, Kickstarter comic or otherwise, this year, and you'd be, you know, I don't want to say foolish, but it would
foolish.
I think you would be missing out a lot to not go ahead and read this story. I'm biased, obviously, but I think it's phenomenal. I think the characters are great. The story goes to fun, inventive places that you don't normally see anywhere. And it's, you know, it's just a lot of fun. That was sort of the mission statement of this particular comic is to put the fun first.
No, yeah, that is awesome.
It's giant robots made out of hot dog carts. What are you doing?
Punching stuff,
what are you doing? Just go get the issues, man.
So what, you know, outside of, you know, mech suit houses and tabled armored arms, you know, what are you guys up to, you know, for the next of the rest of 2023?
Well, at some point we definitely want to put out MechaTon 6 and 7. That'll be on the agenda for sure. It isn't official yet, so don't tell anyone. It's secret. It's between you and me, Cody.
Everyone listening, you better not listen.
We've got a bunch of stuff coming up. We've got Frankenstein the Unconquered, number 3 and 4. We've got so the Kickstarter coming up after this is maybe our most anticipated Kickstarter ever.
Ooh.
I would say it is,
at least in house.
Oh, for like between the two of us, for sure. It's the story that I personally like got into comics to do, and credit where credit due. Dalton's idea initially, and then we sort of worked on it together and developed it into this monster of a graphic novel.
Yeah, first project we ever worked on together. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we had like sort of gone back and forth and edited some of our stuff. We had been in classes together, but this was our first like collaboration, and we worked on the script. I think 5 years ago we started working on it.
Wow.
And have, you know, done like 4 or 5 drafts of it, and now it just feels like, you know, I can't. There are so many times like I can't tell whose idea is whose anymore. We're just it is so meshed together with who we are as a collaborative team. But it's called Depths, and it's going to be a more literary, more like character study kind of story, but it's about a scientist that gets trapped at the bottom of the ocean for 3 years with a perpetual breathing apparatus and has to find his way out. And it's about grief, it's about loss, it's about depression, and it's about trying to overcome all of that and grow from it, as impossible as that seems sometimes.
And it also has an octopus named Douglas.
It does, and Douglas is perfect.
I would just say water is such a good like metaphor for that type of stuff too, like depression, like getting sucked, drowning in it. Like I love it.
I was very depressed when I wrote it, so yeah, I would say so.
He's like the mustache was just mere stubble back then.
Oh,
You're
dude,
stubble. So why wait 5 years? Like, were you guys just waiting till you kind of cultivated enough experience?
It's definitely not a project you launch a career with.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's 224 pages, so it's an absolute monster of to go to an artist and say, "Hey, we've never done anything before, but
Yeah.
you know, can you sink a couple of years into this?
Yeah.
Metaphorically, I
Maybe
love it.
it'll work." Like,
No, I love that.
We knew, you know, they say don't start with your epic that takes, you know, 18 seasons or 18, you know, volumes to tell. And they're right. And we kind of did that anyway with MechaTon. That was really our first foray into crowdfunding anyway. But yeah, this story has always been in the back of our mind, and we just now feel like we have the sort of clout and the ability to chase after it, because it's not a small ask.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, you know, this is an $8,000 campaign that we just launched now for 2 issues, and we feel really good about being able to reach it. This next one is 112 page first half of the graphic novel. It's going to be $20,000, and it is a big, scary proposition for everyone involved, us included, especially us. But we feel like this is the time, and we feel like people will really resonate with the story, and we're really happy to finally be moving forward with it.
Ooh, I love it. And you guys heard it here. I mean, some awesome works coming from Wells and Dalton. Before we let you guys go completely, though, I have to ask for a little bit of advice this time around as well. So, with you guys in the starting a Kickstarter, you know, for anyone who might be looking to start one for the first time, what would be your biggest piece of advice for them to kind of work through that nervousness, to kind of help, you know, damper it down? Because that would be a big thing, right? Like, what would you say to them to kind of help them stop checking that screen every 5 seconds?
I'll tell you when I figure it out. I don't know how to. I really don't know how to stop checking my phone. I've told my boss to to not let me be on my phone at work, because I will 100%. I will, if I have a moment, I'll be like, okay, how's the campaign doing? Okay, still hasn't moved in the last 5 minutes, but you know, maybe someone will pop
Come on,
up.
guys, come on.
When you do something of the scale of an independent Kickstarter, I think one of the best things you can have in your utility belt, so to speak, is a support system and someone who can listen to you and help talk you off the metaphorical ledge of nobody's pledging. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like it is important to keep track of the metrics, but you can't let it consume you to the point where you're not even having fun with the campaign anymore.
For sure.
So for sure, having that support system, and if for some unfortunate reason you don't, go touch some grass. Like, go outside, please. Like, there are more important things than whether your comic gets funded or not, and so being out in the air can really help clear the head of it.
Not many, to be fair. It's not that much more, but there are. It does exist.
Yeah. Hey, before you go touch grass, make sure you back this awesome campaign
Absolutely.
tonight. We're ending strong on $855. Love to see that. Break at least 1,000 by the end of the night. So let's go, everyone.
Hey, first 72 hours, 20% off most tiers.
Ooh,
Absolutely,
yes.
There's an early bird special. If you're listening right now and you're on the fence, I don't know, maybe just do it. You get 20% off. You get if you dilly dally, it's only going to cost you more.
It's only going to cost more. So with that being said, guys, act fast. Right here is the link. Back today if you're unable to, back tomorrow, but share tonight. Put this everywhere you possibly can. With that being said, it is time for us to wrap up. Hope you all have a lovely Monday evening. But most importantly, keep it geekly.